salted pepper jack and cheddar, along with your choice of taco meat, Southwest chicken, or grilled chicken. The deliciousness continues with bacon bits, Amigos famous ranch, fresh pico de gallo, and crispy tortilla strips. This Crunchadilla is a grab-and-go meal all by itself. Conquer your cravings with the Crunchadilla, only at Amigos. Taco making is a team sport. Here at Amigos, we want you to join our roster of the most talented taco artists in Nebraska. When you work at Amigos, you'll be on a team of people who have each other's backs. We offer a fast-paced, friendly work environment and flexible scheduling to fit your busy life. Join our team, meet your Amigos, and become a customer service expert, all while furthering your career. Be Amigos. Apply today at AmigosKings.com.
Deck City is Lincoln's DIY deck headquarters. With real deck professionals, they can help you throughout the entire process. They also offer financing for qualified customers. Deck City offers the best quality materials so you have a deck built to last. There's everything from Yellowwood lumber to the best quality TimberTech composites on the market and high quality aluminum railings by Westbury or Diamond Piers for easy footing install. For those looking to bring your wood deck back to life, they offer good proof ready seal stain. Deck City, your deck material headquarters, is now open Saturdays from 9 to 1, 2 blocks north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
I'm Enrique Alvarez-Clary. The Tim Tebow experiment has met its end in Jacksonville as it was announced today that he had been cut from the team. The 2007 Heisman-winning quarterback was attempting an NFL return at the tight end position. In one preseason game with the Jaguars, Tebow played 16 snaps and was targeted just once. In a statement on Twitter, Tebow said that he was thankful for the opportunity given to him and, quote, "I've never wanted to make a decision out of fear of failure, and I'm grateful for the chance to have pursued a dream," end quote.
Just like you said, the rah-rah speeches at this point aren't what we need. Aren't what we're looking for, I guess, for our guys. We don't want guys that we need to motivate, right? Everyone should be out there motivated. It's more of a mental side of things, locking in on the details, playing smart football, not beating ourselves, being smart penalty-wise. So that's really what we're trying to hone in on in these last 2 weeks. We got just playing really smart football.
That was senior defensive lineman Ben Stille talking about the Huskers keeping themselves accountable in the days and weeks leading up to their Week 0 matchup with Illinois. With a defense on the older side, the Huskers will be looking to improve in every facet, including pass rush, which, according to defensive coordinator Eric Chenander, is improved from last year.
Yeah, I think it's we all know, we got to create some more pressure on the quarterback. The pass rush in camp so far has been much improved. Is it where we want it to be? No. We still got a ways to go, but it's been much improved from last year's same group, but much improved from this group to last group just by their growing within themselves.
In NBA news, the Christmas Day schedule was announced today with a potential finals matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. The other two games feature a rematch of an Eastern Conference first-round matchup as the Atlanta Hawks travel to New York to take on the New York Knicks, and the game between two young stars in Luka Doncic and Donovan Mitchell as the Dallas Mavericks travel to Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Jazz. For all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez-Clary.
C is for chunk.
On theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the Happy Hour, day 2 of the Happy Hour. Nick Sainer, Enrique Alvarez-Clary with you. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am tired.
Why? Did kickboxing get the best of you this morning?
No kickboxing today. It was leg day.
Did leg day get the best of you this morning?
It hurt. It did hurt. It didn't get the best of me. It did hurt. I don't know. I'm just very tired today.
I regret not doing that with you. I want to say that publicly. I regret not doing the kickboxing experiment with you.
It's very nice.
I'm sure it is. Especially, there's no excuse. It's 2 minutes away from my house. there's zero excuse for me to not have signed up with you after I told you I was going to do it.
I know. And then I came back and I was like, dude, I signed up. Did you do it? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then it was like a couple days before it started. And you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I was thinking,
My
I
man's
thought,
just straight up lied.
I was like, you know what? I can do this on my own. It's easy to lose weight on your own, but it's not. And I have already given up on that challenge.
If
And
it were
so
easy to lose weight on your own, everybody would lose weight on their own.
I will say, I don't know if I'm really trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to
well, this isn't
have my weight differently.
That's
distributed.
exactly what Farrell's extreme body shaping is for.
Yeah,
It's not weight loss. It's taking what you have
Yep.
and changing it into, it's getting you stronger. It's getting you more fit.
Mhm.
It's letting you live a healthier, a better life.
Yeah, I am starting to realize that. And talking to the guy, he was here yesterday. And
Shout out Jeff.
Yes, Jeff. I was talking to him. Their next 10-week challenge starts up in October 3rd, I believe. He can correct me if I'm wrong.
No
if
free
he's
shout
listening.
outs.
Yeah, no free shout outs. But also, I think I'm going to do it because I have a couple other buddies that want to do it with me. And I think I'm going to do it with them. Rico,
It's nice. And nobody that I know signed up for it, but I met this dude named Casey. He works at Huddle. Shout out Casey.
shout out Kate Huddle.
Yeah,
Wow.
he works at Huddle. Shout out Casey.
Nice.
And me and him were going at 8:30, but now with the schedule change, I have to go at 6 a.m. I'm sad. I'm missing my guy Casey, but we would push each other. It was very fun. We, you do band workouts, so it's different color bands or different resistances. And I would look at him and he's grabbing a red band, and I'm like, all right, I guess I won't use a green band. I guess I'll use a red band, and I'll grab a red band, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll use the red band, and we're pushing each other. That's how it works. Also, before we get into anything else, Arizona guy did not text.
That's
Garbage man is first on the text line. Said,
Congrats.
Did Arizona guy text yet? No, Garbage man. He didn't. You win. Congratulations. You win absolutely nothing.
You can be our new Arizona guy.
Garbage man. Now you have a job at 2:03 every time during the happy hour. You must text.
If you guys don't think we're going to hold you accountable, then you don't know Rico and I.
Joe, okay. Joe says, Rico, if you want to start living a healthier life, start eating vegetables and stop asking everyone bigger than you if they want to fight. No, I won't. I won't do either of those things.
That's Rico in a nutshell.
Vegetables are gross.
Ooh, that's a bold take. I don't think they're gross.
Vegetables
they're just
are gross.
not exciting to eat.
No, vegetables are gross. All of them are disgusting, except corn. I've gained a liking for corn.
Okay, well, congrats
and
on
like grilled asparagus, I guess. But all other vegetables are gross.
So let's continue on this. So this whole Farrell's thing, is it intimidating?
I mean, at first.
Okay, because that was my whole problem. Is I would walk in. I currently have a membership at a gym.
Look, are you asking like if anybody there is like massive
like
and scared? No.
Yeah, because like I had a different membership at a other gym, and I walked in, and like I'm not like the most out of shape dude and like stuff like that. I'm also not the most jacked.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I instantly felt tiny. And I'm like,
man.
I do not like this. Like I was over there benching, like I was starting out with a plate and a couple of 10s on each side. And I was like, this is pretty good for me. I can still rep this out 10 times.
Yeah.
But there was guys coming over and starting out with 2 plates. And I'm like, okay, this is just not my.
Yeah, no,
not
man.
my
There's
type.
nobody there that's like super jacked. There's people that have been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah.
And when they grab like double bands and they have like a purple and a blue band, which are the 2 heaviest ones, that's kind of like, whoa, like I can't believe you're doing that. I'm using a green band, which is the second lightest.
Yeah.
But no, it's not intimidating. Everybody there's really nice. They help you if you need help. The instructors are amazing, even though I don't think they know what the word fun means. Because they're like, yeah, this is a fun workout. And then at the end, you're laying on the ground cover, like just sweating, and you like your legs are sore, your arms are sore, your abs are sore. And you're like, I can't move at all. And they're like, yeah, wasn't that fun? And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
That's all. So let me tell
But
you,
it's all worth it.
Let me ask you this. How was the early afternoon yesterday when you get to go home? How was that? How are you adjusting to that right now?
It was pretty nice. I mean, I got home. I didn't really have much time to do anything because I got home a little late because I had to finish some stuff up here. Something happened today. But I got home. Nobody was there. I kind of sat on the couch, scrolled through my phone a little bit. I made myself a sandwich.
Really?
I ate said sandwich. Then I went and I picked up my daughter, and me and her sat on the couch for a while watching Phineas and Ferb. My wife came home. Rachel came home, and she got upset with me. She goes, I thought you said that you were excited to come home because you could make food. Where's the food? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she warmed up food and we ate.
You made her warm up food.
She warmed it up. I didn't make her. She warmed it up.
Any plans tonight?
I don't know. Probably still cleaning out the fridge from leftovers because we should definitely
The
clean
lasagna?
that out.
Have we eaten the
We have
lasagna?
not, so the lasagna, I guess I wasn't listening very well.
Oh,
the lasagna
whoa.
is for when baby gets here.
Okay.
Since neither one of us is going to want to cook.
Yeah, and rightfully so. If we need an extra slow pitch softball player tonight, if you want to come play slow pitch softball.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know if I got you. I'll
Holmes
check.
Lake, 6:15 and 7:15. We got a doubleheader.
I got you. Rachel and Ellie will be there.
We 402-464-5685. Send in video of you playing slow pitch softball and see if you're good enough to make our team. We're 0-2 right now. We are not very good. Defense is strong. Hitting is atrocious. And so
just hit it hard somewhere.
We made the bold decision to go into the competitive men's
league.
league.
Never mind. I don't want to play with you.
And so working at DBAT, we have slow pitch softball machines, and dudes come in all the time, and dudes and girls, they come in all the time to do slow pitch softball, and like they're legit. They are very, very good.
Yeah, no, I'm not
and
doing that.
I thought they were playing on like travel teams, but I found out that the way the slow pitch softball world works is like weekends they play with
softball.
Yeah, no, like weekends they play with their competitive teams, like they're very, very good teams.
Mm-hmm.
But then during the weekdays, pretty much every night, they just kind of just travel around and play with different teams and fill in where they need subs and stuff just to continue playing every single day of the week. It's insane. I don't do that. I'll just be honest. I don't do that. I play every Tuesday night, and
you don't go that hard.
It's a lot of fun, but it's intense, and some of those guys can really, hit that softball. So, a lot of stuff happened today. 402-464-5685. You can chime in and give your thoughts on the show all hour long.
You can also chime in on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch on our Starter Heyman video stream. We have 2 commenters. Alex Smith says, hey, y'all, happy hour day 2. We're out here. And Donald says, cheers. Can't wait for the show when Rico can crack open one of the new hard Mountain Dews on the air. I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for that day either, Donald.
Hard Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you didn't hear? Mountain Dew.
They're making hard Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew in 2022 is going to have a hard version.
What did they say month in 2022?
It said summer 2022, I believe.
Bummer.
So I'm gonna.
I was
going
gonna
to
say if it's there by February, we'll do it on my 21st. We'll just crack open a hard Mountain Dew in the studio.
Cheers
on happy hour.
We lit.
No, a lot of stuff happened today. Field of Dreams game was announced last night, which we can talk about. The Cubs are playing in it, which I guess is to an extent I'm excited about, but also I'm not.
It's dumb.
I think it is dumb. I don't know why they needed to continue playing the game.
You shouldn't have done it again. It should have been a one-off thing. And, people that were there, get to say, oh, we were at the Field of Dreams game. Yeah. It was so fun. Everybody that got to watch it got to witness an amazing game. And you can, pass that on to your children or whatever. Mm-hmm. And thirdly, if you were going to continue doing it, the White Sox have to be involved every single time. That's the only way it works. The White Sox have to be involved every time.
I would agree with you there. I think that the Cubs, and if you're going to not have the White Sox, you have to have a team that's good. And they chose the Cubs and the Reds, 2 teams that are not good and are not.
Well, they're choosing
good.
like really
traditional.
Yeah,
I understand that. But also, are they going to have like players come out of the corn every year? And are they going to have Kevin Costner there
depends on how much
that
they pay
just
him.
Doesn't excite me.
I don't think they care about excitement anymore. They just thought it was a really good game, and they're like, "Oh, people will watch. Oh, so many people watch this time." No,
but I don't think
it was because it was a one-off.
I don't think they will watch. I don't think it'll draw near as many eyes next year.
Do something different. Don't do Field of Dreams again. Do something different. Go somewhere else. Go to a national park and build obviously, you can build a baseball field wherever you want to. Go to a national park, get the permission from the government, and play at Yellowstone.
Yeah, don't
hit a ball into the forest and put a tracker on it so when a bear's playing with it,
that would be pretty sweet. A camera in the baseball.
Exactly.
You have to figure it out. Maybe not.
So then when an animal has it, and you're just like, this ball was hit, this many weeks ago, and this bear found it and is playing with it now.
I just don't think it's going to be exciting if you make this a yearly thing, because then it's going to start just feeling like a neutral site game.
It's just a regular baseball game after that.
And there was an article today on ESPN that there were 5 things basically that the MLB needed to do to make the baseball season more exciting. One was like shorten the season. One was a pitch clock.
Allow videos to be shared on the internet.
Yeah, stuff like that. And so
share your videos on the internet.
Yeah, and so they were saying all that, and I feel like part of this is in August especially, trade deadline drama has passed, which this trade deadline was insane. The trade deadline drama passed, and the pennant races aren't really heating up quite yet. And so it's just like
it's just
boring
it's just
baseball. I mean, boring maybe. Like the pace of play in the Field of Dreams game was long, and I understand that they probably wanted to stretch it out a little bit. And I'm as big of a baseball fan as the next guy, but the pace of play, even in the Field of Dreams game, was longer. It felt like in the middle innings, but then once the 7th inning hit, it was like, holy cow! Please don't ever let this game end.
And Happer always says, "Oh, when you say you like baseball, you like the action of baseball. You don't just like the home runs.
Yeah.
You don't like the home runs. You like the singles and moving people over and the doubles and the triple." I was like, nah, man. Did you see that Field of Dreams game? It was home runs the entire time, and it was amazing.
It was cool to see like home runs go into the corn.
Yeah,
like that was awesome.
It's fantastic.
But I just didn't really like when a couple days ago.
I don't like that everything's a home run or a strikeout. And don't get me wrong there. I don't like that, but home runs are fun. I like home runs.
Yeah, I just think that after maybe even just one game of Kevin Costner there and people walking out of the corn and like it just loses its pizzazz. Like it just loses it, and it just feels like a normal neutral site game.
Don't walk out of the corn.
Like you said, yeah, like the walking out of the corn, you got chills instantly, and then it kind of drug on a little bit. And you're like, okay,
you're like, oh, you got the whole team in the corn.
Like everybody's in the corn.
I thought it was just the starters.
Exactly. And so like everybody's coming out of the corn, and then they showed the aerial shot of the people like passed in the back a little bit, like waving players on when they want to go through.
They're like, okay.
And I'm like, that's not when you should have shown
go through the corn.
An air shot. Yeah. Okay, it's your time to go through the stocks.
I'm like, why do you have like the 5th reliever who has like one appearance this season walking through the corn?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get the starters, get the starting pitchers, get all the starters, and then get like the closer and like 2 relievers or something. Don't put everybody in the corn. I know everybody wants to walk through the corn, and it's cool and it's a great experience.
Maybe become a starter.
But yeah,
you'll be able to walk through the corn.
Better.
Yeah.
Just be better.
Be a starter and you'll be able to walk through the corn. So yeah, I just think that like I said when I started talking about this is it's great that the Cubs, as a Cubs fan, like they're in there, but I'm not too excited about it because it's just not going to have the same effect on anybody it did this year.
You are gonna love watching Javier.
Oh wait, you're gonna love watching Anthony.
He already did.
But he's gonna re-sign with the Cubs. He's not.
You're gonna see Chris. Oh man, what is going on? Craig Kim.
It's going to be Kyle Hendricks pitching at the Field of Dreams. He's going to get shelled, and then Ian Happ will actually be able to poke one over the right field wall, and everybody's going to freak out
into the corn.
That is cool. Sticking with baseball, I don't know if you saw this, Rico.
Probably not.
Back in 2019, actually, sorry to stick with the Cubs, but Albert Almora hit a foul ball in Houston against the Astros, and it actually hit a 2-year-old. It hit a toddler.
I do remember.
And Almora was crying and everything.
Beside himself.
Yeah, he was like, because obviously, like he can't control that.
Yeah,
and now the MLB's extended netting in all the ballparks, and you're seeing it even at places like Haymarket and stuff like that. But anyway, yesterday it was announced that the family of the 2-year-old they've agreed on a settlement with the Astros and stuff like that. This is just kind of an update, and you can send in your thoughts 402-464-5685. So the 2-year-old has actually ended up with permanent brain damage now. And so it's like seizures, everything like that. And so the 2-year-old, the Astros kind of just folded. And I was surprised to see that.
You were surprised that they just gave in.
Like they just gave in. Like I'm not trying to be
a jerk.
Yeah. But like I was shocked because like it's out of everybody's control, and as an organization, I was surprised that they weren't like, listen, to an extent, the risks coming to a ballpark. But I also wonder if the age had something to do with it.
Yeah,
but once again, I'm not trying to be a jerk because it's probably the right thing. It's the right thing to do. I was just surprised from a business standpoint.
I'm not that surprised that they gave in and paid the family because it's a 2-year-old and it is avoidable. You understand the risk when you're going to a ball game. They have the signs that say be aware for flying bats and balls and debris, etc. But at the same time, like, that foul ball was coming pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
It's
there's nothing
hard.
you can do about it.
There's really nothing you could do. If you could, it's going to be really hard. Somebody's going to get hit by it, unfortunately. And the fact that they did, agree to the settlement with the family is it kind of gives them a good look, with everything that's going on within the Astros organization and everything outside of the Astros organization with pertaining to them.
Good publicity.
I think, the fact that they're like, hey, look at us. We're taking care of this family whose kid was hurt at our ballpark.
There was some pushback on the family because they actually waited 2 years to write up this settlement, and people were like, why didn't they just write it up right away? Like, why wait 2 years and stuff? And the attorney of the family said that they waited the 2 years to see basically if there was any lasting damage, which there is. There's permanent brain damage, and like I said, I want to preface this or say this again. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not, because it's a good gesture. It's respectable by the Astros. I was just surprised that it was so quick. Like it just ended, and there's no details of the settlement. We don't have a number or a figure or anything, and so that was.
I mean, there's really no
no.
There's no fighting back against that except for it's like, hey, we have signs that say you have to watch out for flying balls and bats. And the family's like, well, it's a 2-year-old. They can't really move, and we can only do so much. So
yeah, exactly. I agree with you there. I just wanted to get your thoughts and kind of update on that situation, which was horrifying at the time. It was horrifying. And there's that video of it happening and Almora breaking down and all that stuff as well. One more thing. Cole Hamels kind of finessed the Dodgers.
Did he?
He basically was signed 12 days ago, complained about arm soreness, arm pain, and they're like, listen, we'll just put you on the 60-day DL, and here's $1 million.
Bet.
Finessed.
Yeah.
What a man.
Because at the same time, you would think that the Dodgers would do some type of physical before they sign him to find out if anything's wrong with him, have him throw a little bit. And maybe he did experience arm pain, but he's just like, I'm going to keep this under wraps for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they sign him, and he goes, cool, I'm not playing.
12 days later, listen, man, I just don't feel good. I need to take a break.
But $1 million is nothing to them.
But when you're retired, when you were retired, and now you're kind of your career's over again, $1 million is just like, you know what? We're going to take a family vacation. Let's go to Vegas. Let's go to the Bahamas.
Let's go to Vegas. Let me throw a couple.
We have $1 million here. Let's do it.
I'm good.
Sticking with the Dodgers, there's some crazy news coming out of the whole Trevor Bauer thing. Trevor Bauer is in even deeper crap right now. One of the accusers is testifying. She testified for 4 hours on Monday, and it was like saying that Bauer was strangling her it's bad. And like, we knew it was bad, but with this being like the first testimony and for 4 hours of what this girl was telling, the Pasadena police about what Bauer has done, and now more are coming forward. Like, Bauer's bad, like in deep trouble right now.
Bauer's done for the year. I don't see how.
Does he come back at all? Is he able to come? Like, because I don't
know
if
so. First off, if I'm the Dodgers, I'm not bringing him back.
Yeah,
because you don't know if he even can come back, and you don't want to be playing him and then have any more come to light. And secondly, it's just not good, man. You don't want that. You don't want that on your team. You don't want to be around that. You don't want to be somebody that's playing, with that person. If all of this comes to be true.
Well, and he's on administrative leave by Major League Baseball right now, which we all know, but it's also been extended 5 separate times for just because Pasadena police are still investigating, I believe, and more people have come forward talking about Bauer. And it's a bad look on Trevor Bauer. And like, I don't think 162 game suspension can fix this. Like, I don't know if a suspension
from baseball is not going to fix, what he did to any of these women. It's not going to make any of them feel any better. I don't know what will. I don't know if anything will.
Yeah.
But there's no way, if I'm the Dodgers, if I'm Major League Baseball, that I let him back on a field.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you hear about it sometimes with like domestic violence and stuff, and I mean, Addison Russell of the Cubs is one of the more recent ones, and he had an 80-game suspension or whatever, and had to pay a settlement or something, and then it was all done for him. But I don't think he's playing anymore. But I just don't think something like this with multiple women and with Trevor Bauer and how this kind of has all taken shape, I don't see him ever coming back from this. So I know a little bit of somber tones there with the Dodgers and the Astros there, but we're going to continue the fun here shortly. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about the Husker baseball team. They got their 5th commit of not the 2022 class, but of the 2023 class from a Canadian outfielder.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, so he joins one other outfielder in the Husker baseball 2023 class. Also, we're 12 days away from kickoff, 12 days away from week 0's game against Illinois.
I thought it was 11. I saw Austin Allen post a video.
Maybe it probably is 11 if Austin Allen posted it. We're going to get to that, talk about Illinois a little bit. What happens? What's the vibe going to be like if Nebraska loses to Illinois?
They won't.
Which they won't. They're favored. And then also we're going to take a trip outside Nebraska, talk about Northwestern. They had some news coming out of their camp today. So more up next on the Happy Hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Singert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike Schaefer here with 5-star child care provider Lee Beecher from Bubbles and Blocks. Let's start with what makes Bubbles and Blocks special.
We have 3 beautiful locations in Lincoln that provide the safety, security, and reliability you need while also bringing a family feel to each classroom at every location.
I also hear some congratulations are in order.
Thank you. Yes, we just won the Lincoln Choice Award for Best Daycare and Preschool for the 3rd year in a row.
What should people do if they want to join the Bubbles and Blocks family?
Call to set up a tour to enroll your child today, or you can visit bubblesandblocks.com to apply to join our team.
Deck City is Lincoln's DIY deck headquarters. With real deck professionals, they can help you throughout the entire process. They also offer financing for qualified customers. Deck City offers the best quality materials so you have a deck built to last. There's everything from Yellowwood lumber to the best quality TimberTech composites on the market and high quality aluminum railings by Westbury or Diamond Piers for easy footing install. For those looking to bring your wood deck back to life, they offer good proof ready seal stain. Deck City, your deck material headquarters, is now open Saturdays from 9 to 1, 2 blocks north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Amigo's new Crunchadilla has the crunch you'll crave. Your taste buds will come alive when you bite into this crispy salsa tortilla that's loaded with melted pepper jack and cheddar, along with your choice of taco meat, Southwest chicken, or grilled chicken. The deliciousness continues with bacon bits, Amigo's famous ranch, fresh pico de gallo, and crispy tortilla strips. This Crunchadilla is a grab-and-go meal all by itself. Conquer your cravings with the Crunchadilla, only at Amigo's. Taco making is a team sport. Here at Amigos, we want you to join our roster of the most talented taco artists in Nebraska. When you work at Amigos, you'll be on a team of people who have each other's backs. We offer a fast-paced, friendly work environment and flexible scheduling to fit your busy life. Join our team, meet your Amigos, and become a customer service expert, all while furthering your career. Be Amigos. Apply today at AmigosKings.com.
Take a look at your backyard. Does it feel like something is missing? You're right. Now is the perfect time to get an above-ground swimming pool from Bonsall Pool and Spa. Above-ground pools require less space than in-ground pools, are temporary structures if you ever choose to move, and are low maintenance. Plus, you'll never have to worry about the kids getting bored in the summertime anymore. Visit BonsallPool.com to schedule a pool service or visit them at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa.
Dancing at weddings, walking the dog, playing with grandchildren. These are the small moments that make life great. They're also the moments that chronic pain steals from us. Don't let chronic pain stop you or a loved one from living life. At MD Pain, we wrote the book on effective, ethical pain management. We offer the most up-to-date treatments from Nebraska's leading physicians. Don't let pain stand in your way. Call MD Pain.
Baseball's back, and it's time to celebrate, Lincoln. We're inviting fans back to Haymarket Park to join in the fun for the Salt Dogs 20th season. Pick out single game tickets and plot your own Salt Dog schedule around promos and deals. Come to Haymarket Park for Nebraska Medical Association Thank You Tuesdays, Fairbury brand Wiener Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days brought to you by Casey's. Get your tickets for the Salt Dogs celebration season at saltdogs.com.
Beat the heat and save on a new cooling system from John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Combine new system rebates and LES incentives to save up to $2,500. Don't wait until your old system breaks down in the middle of summer. Take advantage of these great offers and beat the heat. Go to jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Don't you feel so free out here on the lake?
Not as free as this soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
Casey's. Buy 4 fountain drinks, 5th one's free.
I love free.
Well, then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, got this free donut.
I love free donuts.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including free Lee Brice concert tickets. Casey's, here for good. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit Casey's.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Happy Hour here on a Tuesday. Nick Sainer, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. I want to get to a couple texts here before we continue. One happened a little earlier. It said, "Did you just say you are 20? What a baby." Newsflash, I'm 20. I am 20. I will turn 21 in February. I am a junior at UNL, but I will still be here every day from 2 to 3 with Enrique Alvarez Clary. Wow. On the Happy Hour.
You're 20. I'm 27, I think. I don't know how old I am.
That's right. You look
I think
great.
I turned 28 this year.
You look
right.
You look
because I think Happer's 20.
I know
28,
Jake
29.
I know Jake turned 30 this year. I think Happer's probably 29.
Sure. I don't know how old I am.
But yeah, so I am 20. Another one here.
I'm a year younger than Happer, so if he's 29, I turned 28 this year. Cool.
Okay, perfect. We got that figured out. Tyler in Phoenix, he's finally chimed in.
Wow.
He gave us a lousy excuse of he just got back in the car and missed it, but he's here and listening.
No,
Tyler, first of all, we appreciate you listening. We hope you come back every day. However,
Garbage Man has taken your spot.
Yes,
whoever texts in first tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll keep a running tally of who texts in first.
And here's the thing is pretty technically once Tom and
Bach.
Thank you. Tom and Bach finish up and wrap up their show. Technically that's our slot.
No. It has to be after 2, and it has to be at least either during the sports update or right after the sports update. That's it. Has to be after 2, during or after the sports update.
Okay, perfect.
That's it. Those are the only rules.
Those are the rules. We will make them known.
First texter wins nothing.
Yeah, you get a free shout out. So if we could shout out Garbage Man 5 times a week if he texts first 5 times a week. All right, let's move on here. Husker baseball yesterday got their 5th commit of the 2023 class. The staff is doing work. Matt Evans from Canada. He's an outfielder, a very fast and very quick outfielder. He runs a 6.5 second 60-yard dash.
Is that how you measure speed?
Yeah, because basically that's the distance from home to second base.
Home to second?
Yes.
Okay.
Because base paths are 90 feet.
Okay.
And so basically you do the 60-yard dash, I believe. I remember in high school we did 40 and 60s. I was not 6.5 on either of them.
60-yard dash.
6.5 seconds. So pretty quick outfielder, Matt Evans from Canada. He's the second outfielder of this class. Joins Lincoln Southeast product Max Butenbach, who's actually the starting running back for the Knights. Going to start up his season here in a couple weeks. He is committed to Nebraska baseball. once again, for the 2023 class, there's 3 other commits in that same class, and they're all right-handed pitchers for the Huskers.
No lefties?
No lefties yet. But like I said, the staff's doing work. They got an 8th grader a couple weeks ago, which you
How
take
do you
that,
feel about that?
You take that for a grain of salt because you feel like if he's that good, and I've also heard people talking about how he's come to a camp and stuff. Here's the thing is
the coaches can't talk to him.
When they're that young, the coaches can't reach out. They can't make the initial contact. The parents or the player has to make initial contact. And so he's got to be good. I mean, like, I don't see the staff, jumping the gun on anybody necessarily, but if he's that good as an 8th grader, you hope 2 things. Number one, that his progression and his talent level keeps increasing to the level of other kids so that when he's a junior in high school, let's say, then he's much better than juniors in high school. And where it's as an 8th grader, he's not just better than 8th graders right now.
Although you do hope that he's good enough to be on your team and to make a massive impact, but he's not good enough to get drafted.
Yeah, let's hope he's.
Granted, I'm not saying you don't want him to have success and be drafted. That's not what I'm saying at all. You want him to have as much success as possible, but from a college coaching standpoint and from trying to bring in the most talent that you can, you kind of don't want him to get drafted.
Well, and that's the thing is now if you're Nebraska, it's any team that fights for this recruit has to beat Nebraska out. And the trajectory of the Husker baseball program as it stands right now is they're going to get much better and it's not going to take too long. And so you're hoping that in 3 or 4 years, when this guy is really getting looked at by other colleges and even professional scouts, that Nebraska is not necessarily a powerhouse, but is a top 10, top 15 program in the country every single year.
But it's definitely a powerhouse.
Yeah, which and maybe you have
which is completely possible.
Maybe you throw in a super regional or a College World Series appearance in there, or Nebraska's hosting regionals and supers maybe every now and then. And so you have to throw those things in there, and it's going to be a lot harder for the teams like Mississippi State and the teams in the Southeastern Conference,
the Texas A&Ms, the Arkansas, the Vanderbilts.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder for
maybe
them.
Not the Vanderbilts.
A lot harder for them to beat a team like Nebraska out for this guy to either switch up his commitment or vice versa. It's going to be harder for him to decide to go pro rather than just come to Nebraska when Nebraska could be competing for championships year in and year out.
Oh yeah. Based on the success that they had this year and based on the success of 2 of their fantastic freshmen in Bryce Matthews and Max Anderson, I trust the eye for talent that this coaching staff has.
Well, and this is 2023, this class that we're talking about, they already have 5 commits in, and you look at the class that they had just signed this off season.
Is that normal for baseball to get like commits and build their classes this far out?
It's becoming more and more common, I should say.
I like baseball. I follow baseball. I don't follow that closely. So
it's hard to follow baseball recruiting, to be honest. There's no like 24/7 sports site that's out there. There's nothing like that. There's Perfect Game, which you can look at, but they don't always get updated every single week or as often as they should. And so you take it with a grain of salt, and you also just take it from what you hear from scouts and from Perfect Game analyzers and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you look at this class that they just signed with headlined by Chase Mason, Drew Christo, CJ Hood from Norris, the eye that this staff has for talent is you feel comfortable about it.
Fantastic.
Chase Mason, that's the thing is if the MLB draft wasn't shortened or abbreviated in the last couple of years, then Chase Mason and Drew Christo are probably getting drafted. They are getting drafted.
Like you had two guys that you had committed, and now they're a part of your team that were 100% looked at by MLB teams. Were worked out by MLB teams, and if the draft were any longer, probably would have gotten drafted. Or if Nebraska hadn't had such a good year, and the MLB teams were scared of, maybe we'll have to offer them a little bit more money, those kids probably do get drafted.
Well, yeah, exactly. You saw multiple teams, we saw the Royals, there you go, with Mazzucato for 7th overall. And then they signed a kid out of Kansas City, Blue Springs, Missouri, I believe. And they just paid him above slot value, and he signed instead of going to LSU. And so things like that happen all the time. But yeah, Chase Mason, top 75 player nationally, didn't get drafted. Drew Christo's a top 150 player nationally, didn't get drafted. And then CJ Hood's kind of behind him as well. So there's definitely talent being drawn to Lincoln and to the staff, and rightfully so. So I just wanted to touch on that Husker baseball news. It feels like they're getting commits and transfers like once a week.
Wild. Every time I
exciting.
open Twitter, it's just I see like a picture of like the Nebraska of Haymarket, and I see a picture of something with Nebraska baseball related, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And it's just like, proud to announce I'll be continuing my academic and athletic career. I'm like, oh, they got another one.
What year is this guy? 2027.
I'm like, oh, how young is this?
Yeah.
How young are you?
Moving on here to
Small
Husker
child.
What would you have done if you were offered a scholarship as a 8th grader?
I'd probably commit on the spot because I'd be like, yeah, this is it. This is all I need is a scholarship. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
If any college would, as an 8th grader, if any college was just like, hey, we want you to come here and do this sport for us, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Sign me up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think so as well. 402-464-5685. I want your guys' thoughts on this here. What would the reaction be if I know this is a hypothetical and it's not going to happen because this is a show that Rico claims is full of Kool-Aid, which is okay.
Lots of Kool-Aid here.
Lots of Kool-Aid.
Wait, it has to be Kool-Aid because you're not old enough.
You're right. As long as the Kool-Aid's not spiked. Because newsflash, I'm 20.
Once it comes February, it's not Kool-Aid anymore.
What is the reaction if Nebraska loses to Illinois? And this is why I want to get this conversation out of the way still a week and a half out, because I can just a forewarning, next week, it's going to be the other side of the spectrum. The conversation is going to be, what if Nebraska wins by 40?
Dude, next week, I'm already sitting here saying Nebraska's going to go 3-0 heading into Oklahoma, and I'm like, well, the best time to get Oklahoma's early in the season. So by next week, I'm going to be like, all right, they're 3-0. They beat Oklahoma. We're heading to Ohio State undefeated. What else is new? Come on, let's do it. So, let's have this conversation this week, I guess.
I agree. And I want to get this out of the way because now, this week it's kind of the talk of the schedule is what's going to happen and stuff. And
first game vibes.
Yeah, here's my thought is this program, and I said this a couple weeks ago, this program just needs momentum. And the staff is not shying away from that either. Frost has said it. We all know Frost hasn't won 3 games in a row before. And so that's why that's the other side of the narrative of Nebraska's probably going to start 3-0 is because Frost never has. Yeah, exactly.
If you win this Illinois game, which they should, you're going 3-0. You've got Illinois. You've got Buffalo, Fordham, then Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Fordham, then Buffalo.
Fordham, then Buffalo. You're not losing to Fordham. God help us all if they lose to Fordham. And you're not losing to Buffalo. They lost their coach. They lost their coaching staff. They lost all of their players to Kansas State. I think not Kansas State. Where did he go? Kansas?
He went to Kansas.
Kansas, yeah. They
Which
all
is
went
even
to
worse.
Kansas. Yeah, that's not great. So if Nebraska loses the Illinois game, it's not the end of the world, but it's going to feel like it for a couple of days because I know they're returning so many starters. I know they're returning the most super seniors out of anybody in the country, but they've got a new coach.
Yeah.
They've got a new coaching staff, and this team is not that good. They destroyed you last year, so everybody's like, well, if they're not that good, then what are we? Well, that was last year. We're not talking about last year. This team is not that good. You should win this game. If you lose it, it's another black eye for Scott Frost and this staff, and you do not want to be 2-1 going to Norman.
See, and I just don't. I would. That's where I kind of push back on that is of it only stinging a couple days is because then you look at the next week and you have Fordham. Everybody's expecting that one to be a win, and you have Buffalo and everybody's expecting that one to be a win. But really, how good do you feel after your 2 wins on the season being against Fordham and Buffalo? Not good. And then you go into Oklahoma where nobody is expecting you to win, and everybody is kind of expecting you to be out of competing it in that game by the end of the 3rd quarter. Then it's like this is where what I've been trying to get at is if you don't go out and put up a quality product on the field in week 1, this season just kind of feels like a snowball effect in the wrong way, even if you are able to bounce back and get 2 wins against Fordham and Buffalo.
Because You lose to Illinois, you beat those two, you don't feel great. You lose to Oklahoma like you're supposed to. Let's say you only lose by a touchdown or two.
Yeah.
That feels good.
Mhm.
You don't feel good. The players won't feel good. The coaches won't feel good because they want to win.
Yeah.
The fan base wants to win, but going to a top 3, maybe number 1 at that time, Oklahoma, and only losing by 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown, the fan base is going to be like, hey, that's improvement. And that's all anybody wants is improvement. So if you can do that, even if you lose to Illinois, I think it might help you a little bit, but it's not the type of momentum that you need or want. It's not the warm and fuzzies that you need or want. You're 3-1 after Oklahoma. That one loss is the Oklahoma game by a close score. You're feeling really good about the season.
I agree with you there. And looking at Illinois, if Nebraska somehow, and like you said, Rico, they should win. On paper, Nebraska is the much more talented team. We all know that. But if they somehow go and lay an egg in Champaign and then you come back and you're playing Fordham, you can look at it this way from another angle and say, is Frost or is this coaching staff going to play young? Like a lot of people are looking at the Fordham game saying, have our starters in there for the first half, but then hopefully by the third quarter, you hope the margin is wide enough that younger guys get to play.
The young guys in.
If you lose to Illinois, I'm not sure you can ever do that. I just don't know if you could see that.
No, you still can. You still can because you don't want your starters hurt. If you're up by 5 touchdowns going into the second half, you're taking your starters out. But I want to know how the text line feels, how the callers feel. 402-464-5685. If Nebraska beats Illinois by a single touchdown, is that good enough for you? Or do you want Nebraska to win by at the very least? I'm not going to say that this is, going to be a high-powered offense and this is going to be, the best defense that we've seen in Nebraska in years, although it should be. But at least a 2-touchdown win. That's what I'm setting it at. I know the line in Vegas it was at 9. I think it's at 6 or 7 right now.
Yeah.
I think 14.
I think
Nebraska
possessions.
should win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a way that Illinois can go down the field and score and get you a little bit scared that you might not win the game. You should win this game not comfortably, but not scared.
Yeah.
You've got a fourth year starting quarterback. You've got, a young-ish line, but you've got a third year, fourth year starting center. Your line is improved. You lost two offensive linemen to the NFL, but you've seen what the young guys can do on that offensive line. You've got a ton of talent that is unproven, but a ton of talent at wide receiver and running back. You've got 2 proven tight ends in Austin Allen and Travis Vokolek. I know Travis Vokolek isn't proven here because he didn't play last year, but he was really good at Rutgers.
Yeah.
And then your defense returns almost everybody.
Yeah.
You should win this game decently comfortable.
Yeah, and then you feel a lot more comfortable. Like I just said at the beginning of this conversation, it was just Nebraska just needs momentum. The players, the staff needs some kind of sign that this thing that they're doing is going in the right direction. Finally, after 3 years, something that they're doing is finally trending their program and this team in the right direction. And a 2 or 3 touchdown win at Illinois can do that. And then, then you have 2 good games against Fordham and Buffalo, and you're 3-0 going to Norman, and Frost has the first 3-game winning streak of his coaching career at Nebraska. And it's just like little things like that, where even if you do go to Norman then and you lose by 17 points, let's just say, you're still feeling comfortable about some of those 50-50 toss-up games against Michigan State the following week, against Northwestern, against Michigan. Like you're feeling confident because you went to Champaign and you were able to put up a couple games in a row of a quality product of football.
And you want to see finally in the Scott Frost era, the high-powered offense that they were brought in to bring. You want to see how good they are. That's why even after the Illinois game, the Fordham and the Buffalo game, you need to get the backups in. You need to get the young guys in. You need to score that many points. It's imperative that you do that, because then that shows that you're running on all cylinders. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. You're doing things the right way. You're not just, well, we were kind of right on this play, but then we messed up on this play. And also special teams turnovers need to be cleaned up. And in those games, special teams is kind of more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lower team who really shouldn't be competing with you. And you've got, punt returns, kick returns. You've got, great coverage on punts and kicks. And that's a great way to work on that outside of practice in a live game.
Yeah, good stuff there. Let's take one final timeout. Keep sending your texts on that 402-464-5685. Let's take one final timeout. We'll wrap up the happy hour second day's episode next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike Schaefer here with 5-star childcare provider Lee Beecher from Bubbles and Blocks. Let's start with what makes Bubbles and Blocks special.
We have 3 beautiful locations in Lincoln that provide the safety, security, and reliability you need while also bringing a family feel to each classroom at every location.
I also hear some congratulations are in order.
Thank you. Yes, we just won the Lincoln Choice Award for Best Daycare and Preschool for the 3rd year in a row.
What should people do if they want to join the Bubbles and Blocks family?
Call to set up a tour to enroll your child today, or you can visit bubblesandblocks.com to apply to join our team.
Baseball's back, and it's time to celebrate, Lincoln. We're inviting fans back to Haymarket Park to join in the fun for the Salt Dogs 20th season. Pick out single game tickets and plot your own Salt Dog schedule around promos and deals. Come to Haymarket Park for Nebraska Medical Association Thank You Tuesdays, Fairbury brand Wiener Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days brought to you by Casey's. Get your tickets for the Salt Dogs celebration season at saltdogs.com.
Lay the groundwork for more harvesting capacity when you order a new John Deere combine during Landmark Implement's early order program. Whether you're looking to improve your existing combine or you've been wanting to update to a new model year, now is the time to upgrade. Get the very latest harvesting equipment and technology that fit your operations needs, then get it ordered. You can get your new John Deere combine built just the way you want. Contact your local Landmark Implement for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Amigo's new Crunchadilla has the crunch you'll crave. Your taste buds will come alive when you bite into this crispy salsa tortilla that's loaded with melted pepper jack and cheddar, along with your choice of taco meat, Southwest chicken, or grilled chicken. The deliciousness continues with bacon bits, Amigo's famous ranch, fresh pico de gallo, and crispy tortilla strips. This Crunchadilla is a grab-and-go meal all by itself. Conquer your cravings with the Crunchadilla, only at Amigo's. Taco making is a team sport. Here at Amigos, we want you to join our roster of the most talented taco artists in Nebraska. When you work at Amigos, you'll be on a team of people who have each other's backs. We offer a fast-paced, friendly work environment and flexible scheduling to fit your busy life. Join our team, meet your Amigos, and become a customer service expert, all while furthering your career. Be Amigos. Apply today at AmigosKings.com.
Don't you feel so free out here on the lake?
Not as free as this soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
Casey's. Buy 4 fountain drinks, 5th one's free.
I love free.
Well, then you'll love this. Bought this jerky. Got this free donut.
I love free donuts.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including free Lee Brice concert tickets. Casey's, here for good. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit Casey's.com.
The great folks out at Tuffy Auto Service Center in South Lincoln are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifice you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return. We honor those who have given their lives to fight terrorism. They are America's true heroes. This military tribute message from Tuffy Auto Service Center in South Lincoln, home of the Done Right Period warranty. Visit online at TuffyLincoln.com.
The decision to replace your air conditioner will save or waste money for 15 to 20 years. Bryant offers some of the most efficient ACs available, up to 26 year. Schedule your free estimate at BryantLincoln.com.
One host has a red beard and thinning hair. The other also has a red beard and thinning hair. One host got married over the summer. So did the other one. One is a diehard fan of a sub-500 AL Central baseball team. So is the other. Can these two radio hosts do a show together without getting confused as to their own identity? The same couple. Happer and Schaefer. Weekday mornings from 8 to 11 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Beat the heat and save on a new cooling system from John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Combine new system rebates and LES incentives to save up to $2,500. Don't wait until your old system breaks down in the middle of summer. Take advantage of these great offers and beat the heat. Go to jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here one final time on the happy hour. If you're on the stream, congratulations, you get to see Rico's dance moves, which will be a common occurrence here when Industry Baby comes on.
This beat is just,
it's great.
Beautiful.
It's awesome. Okay, so let's get to some of your texts here. What happens if Nebraska beats Illinois? Really quickly here, we only have a couple minutes left. We're getting a mix of win and move on, but then we're also getting a mix of you need to blow them out, make a statement. Is it a cop-out answer? Yes, it is, Nick. Is it a cop-out answer if I say yes to both? Like, I'm in the same boat. Like, but then that just basically say you just need to win.
Pick a side.
I think you just need to win. Like, win in convincing fashion.
You win by you. Oh, okay.
Like
see,
14.
that's different.
Yeah, I see.
That's different. That's no. It just win would be you won by a game-winning field goal.
True.
Win in convincing fashion.
I think you got to win by 10.
10?
I think win by 10. Because then there's also, you can look deeper and say, how did Nebraska win? How did Illinois win? Like if Nebraska only wins by 7 and Illinois played really, really bad, then that's alarming.
Mm-hmm.
But if Nebraska wins by 7 and Illinois, put up a decent fight and Nebraska played good football, disciplined football, limit the penalties, then you're like, okay, you know what? 7 win, it's a win. There we go.
Like, can you win and move on? Yes, you can. But you don't want to. You want to destroy them. You want to put your foot on their throat and keep it there. Because if you go in and you win by 7 points, but you had 10 penalties and you turned the ball over 4 times, and it's just like by the grace of God, you somehow won that game, maybe a defensive interception late, return for a touchdown or something weird like that. You're not, I mean, you're going to feel good because you won the game, but you're not going to feel good about that.
Yeah.
You want to make a statement. You want to show the fan base, you want to show yourselves mostly that you can win the game and look good doing it. I'm not saying look good like score 60 points. I'm saying look good like you had maybe 3 penalties and you were positive in the turnover margin. You don't want to be negative.
Nebraska was not last year, which we can get into. We might get into that turnover margin discussion tomorrow.
I would definitely hit that.
I think that it's more important, actually, when we're talking about making a statement. I think it's actually more important that Nebraska makes a statement against Fordham and Buffalo.
Those statement games, a statement in that game is just getting your backups in, and that's not even a statement because you're supposed to blow those teams out.
So maybe that's how we need to.
That's not a statement. You don't feel good about that.
But maybe that's how we need to look at.
You feel good about getting a conference win against a team that destroyed you last season. That's what you feel good about. You go against Fordham, who's an FCS team. You don't feel good about that. You went against Buffalo, who lost their coach and all of their players. You don't feel good about that.
Maybe
you feel good because you won the game, but you don't feel great about it.
I agree with you there, but I feel like something that Nebraska fans have been wanting for multiple years is saying that Nebraska beat the teams that they were supposed to beat, and they did it in convincing fashion.
I mean, that is true.
And so,
beat the teams you should beat.
Either way, whichever side of the fence you're on, whether you need to see a blowout in week 0 against Illinois or just a win. Nebraska just got to win, and I think we all can agree that Nebraska just should do it in convincing or in a disciplined way.
I want to see some freshmen hit the field against Fordham and Buffalo because you're winning by that much.
Perfect. You are going to get the happy hour once again tomorrow. They're going to keep us around, guys.
I don't know how.
Like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun here today. Great show, Rico. Thank you for chiming in on the text line. One-on-one with DP continues next. He will have his great guests as always, and then Jay will join him at 4. We will talk to you guys on Wednesday.
Adios.